Hi, so we're just going to go into a little bit more detail than we did last time. So we're just going to backtrack a little bit and go over a few of the details that we added in class. So I'm just going to start off with this one leg. We got rid of the other ones. And I'm going to snap it to that corner. And remember, it's hold down the letter D, hold down the letter V, left mouse click on that little yellow dot, grab it, and just snap it to the corner that you want to use. Then we can snap it, hold down just the letter V. So I've let go of everything, now I'm just holding down V. You see it changes when I do. It also highlights that I'm snapping to points, and I just want to grab that now with my left mouse button, snap that right to the corner so I know it's perfectly lined up there. Okay. Oops, and it looks like we've got a little issue. Let's backtrack a little bit. Looks like I didn't have all of these when I tapered it, so I'm going to select that, and I'm just going to scale those to themselves using the middle mouse button with the center of the scale tool manipulated. So I just hit Z a few times now. This is why you have to keep looking at things from different angles because you may miss something. So let's try that again. Move tool, which is W, D, V, snap it to a corner. Now hold down just V and I'll just snap that right to that corner. Control D. This time DV, snap it to this corner, then just V. Boom. Now, cool thing is I could just grab both of these and I'm going to actually combine them, duplicate them, bring them over here, and to make sure, I'm just going to DV, snap it to that, V, boom. Now I know they're perfectly lined up, and I could do both of them at once. Now, some of the details we did was I created a polygon cube, and remember this is just the create tool. I'm just going through the hotbox, which is the space bar, and grab a cube, and I'm just going to scale this so that it's actually going to go right in between those two. It's going to be a little bit of a frame, and I'm just going to go right in there. It's not the same thickness, but that's okay. I don't want it to be. I want it to be more of a, like, just an accent or a detail. And I'm just going to bring that up there. And if I want to add just a little extra detail, now I would have done this potentially before I started doing this, but sometimes you get an epiphany and you want to add something. So I've got this guy here, and I'm going to use that insert edge loop tool, and I'm going to just go here so it lines up there, here, right there, see that, and I'm going to add two others, one above, one below. That's fairly accurate. And now I could do this a few ways. One, I could go in and the time-consuming way of select, hold down shift, and you see a little plus when I hold down shift, and I'm in face mode. I'm just grabbing the faces around it. Do it that way. Alright? And if you have a very complicated model, that could take a whole lot of time. I have a little script that if you get the tie set tools called MJ Poly Tools that makes this fairly easy. And what I do is I'd select one edge, and I'm just going to turn them on. I have a little button that turns them on, and then select ring, and you'll notice all of those edges going around it are now selected. And then I have a button that actually converts this to faces. So 1, 2, 3, and I've got the whole thing. Right? And now I can just extrude, and I can either use the controls or I could just pull that in just add a little bit of extra detail there. See? So I'll do that again. I'm going to select the edge. I've already turned it on, so I don't have to do it again. SR for select ring. You see now all my edges are selected. Convert to faces and extrude. Now, a lot of these tools I have up there are actually available built into Maya. Some of them are not. The convert selection to faces is inside of there. These guys, select ring and stuff, those are special little scripts. Now, watch this. If I wanted to add extra details to this, we went over this. Or if I wanted to kind of detail these out a little bit, watch this. I'm going to go in. Let's say I'm going to grab all these faces here. I'm just holding down Shift. So I've got all these. Now if I extrude them as is, the way we've been doing, they all kind of come out. They're all one piece. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not exactly what I'm going for. So it's still extruded. I still have the manipulator. This little guy is still showing, but I'm going to turn keep faces together off. And now when I scale this, they are all separated. And this allows me now to add some extra details because they aren't sticking together. They've added these extra faces around each one. And they can now be actually tweaked out. Do you see that? And then I could extrude again, scale those in, and extrude one more time, and just push that in a little bit. And what it gives me is a much more detailed leg, and then I could go back and just duplicate that if I wanted to and replace all the other ones with that. But this allows me to do a lot of extra things if I wanted to detail some stuff out, like even this plank. Now ideally I'd want it symmetrical, and I'd want a line straight down the middle. So this is the last thing before I stop this particular video. I want to draw a line, and I want to make sure it's exactly in the middle. Well, the cool thing is I could insert edge loop and try and guesstimate it. There's also settings where I can have it automatically snap. But the MLS script, if I have an edge selected, automatically does that. So it's exactly 50% in the center. And now I can go in, select both these faces, extrude, do not keep faces together, bring them in, offset that, and then I could go from there. Either I could buckle that out, or I could extrude again, pull those out, and maybe offset those a little bit as well. And now I've got a nice little detail. Let me just manually pull that to where I want it. Just for that little plank there, just to make it look a little bit more interesting. This is how I could start to get some nice details.